my bosom friends, and welcome back to my channel. Pray you're all doing wonderful and are keeping in extremely good health and in perfect happiness. Today we're going to talk about simple ways to protect the feminine energy. Like we mentioned in my previous videos, that the feminine energy is abundantly available in all of us. If you are a creature of God, you're going to have both masculine and feminine energy. It is just the way we are wired. So many of us, we have this misconception that feminine energy is out there, and being feminine, we have to have a certain aesthetic, look like somebody, talk like somebody, dress like somebody, have somebody's hobbies. That's not what the feminine energy is about. It really is about honoring thyself, going within, engaging all your senses. I'm talking about all your chakras, not just here and then we think, therefore we are, but we have to feel it as well. You have just to drop into the body. So what are the simplest ways to protect the feminine energy? So I do have my notes here, lest I leave out something extremely crucial. So first things first, when it comes to protecting your feminine energy, I would absolutely say it is self-care, self-improvement. Because once you really get past feeling weird about it, feeling selfish about it, you begin to realize that it is actually going to affect everything around you. It's going to affect even your relationship, close or acquaintances or colleagues or anybody you come across, because that's what self-care does. It is going to transform you in a positive manner. And once you start practicing self-care, that meaningful self-care that is going to fill your own cup, it means that you're going to be aware of the energy that you bring, like an energy that you bring, whether you are in a meeting or you're in line at the coffee shop, or whether you have somebody opening the door for you. What kind of energy are you bringing with you? And that is what is going to protect your feminine energy, because once you are aware of the energy that you give out, more of that energy is going to come to you. But it's going to start by practicing self-care. Because the thing about practicing self-care, I feel like it's going to, I don't know if you've ever taken a boxing class. I have done it several times. I really love it. It's just that I don't have the stamina in my joints. My teacher has this counter attack, kind of like a counter punch, whereby it's just so swift, and the punching bag just goes it starts to move basically. So this is a punch that is going to be one punch, but it's going to be effective, if that makes sense. It's going to just be powerful. It's going to be the equivalent of, let's say you're punching 20 times, like me, I'll be doing 20, and then you just come in with one counter punch, and it's amazing. So I feel like with self-care, once you recharge your battery, you're going to be that much more effective. With one punch, you're going to accomplish so much more, and your happiness scorecard is going to increase. And when you do this, it means you're going to obviously attract more of that energy, like I mentioned earlier on. Point number 2, honor the unique aspects of yourself. In this day and age, in this TikTok era, I don't even have TikTok, alhamdulillah, but I feel like we are constantly marching to other people's drums, and we are not taking the time to really honor our unique talents. We are not taking the time to honor or to actually just investigate what those interests are. What are some of the things that fill you with excitement, that give you a nice pulse or a spring to your step, or make your eyes sparkle that much more. So those are the things, again, that are going to connect all your chakras, because when you operate from that place of actually honoring your unique abilities and actually sitting down with your bujo, I'm strong. I've always said this, I'll say it again. I know I sound redundant, like a broken record, but just writing some of these things down, like some of your feelings when you listen to certain songs, when you go to certain places, when you hang out with certain people, what does that look like and what does that feel like for you? Because it's going to be different for everybody. Oftentimes, if you are competitive, you're going to start competing and entering these competitions that you had nothing to do with to begin with, and you didn't even want to enter those competitions anyway, and you're comparing yourself to other people, you're comparing your feminine journey to other people, and then it's going to leave you empty, depleted, and miserable, and unhappy, and resentful. And you wonder, why am I feeling this way? I thought I'm doing everything right. But instead, you did not honor the unique aspects of yourself, because it's easy to blend into the cookie cutter sort of mentality, like we mentioned in Why Men Love Bitches. But then the thing is that going to make you happy? Is that going to engage all your senses, like I said, like really make your joy, your excitement come alive or not? And when you do that, and also the thing is, even if you do enter certain competitions, you're going to lose, because that is not your competition. That is not where you're gifted. One time in yoga, I'm a yogi, obviously. If you've been a watcher of this channel, you know I'm an avid yogi, and there was an asana that I desperately wanted to nail. Nobody could do it. And I would actually bribe my teachers into giving me extra lessons on this asana. Like at the end of the class, I would just go to the teacher and be like, can you please help me? Please help me, please help me. And one teacher, she said to me, why is this asana so important to you? And I began to just, I said to her, I just want to do it. I just want to get it done. But instead, I was coming from from a place of insecurity, and being the only black person in the room, sometimes it can be daunting, because you have a lot of eyes on you and you just want to be perfect. You're chasing perfection, when in reality, I'm just supposed to be there to express myself, to just flow with the asanas, to practice yoga, not to focus on what is happening on somebody else's mat. And then I realized that, wait a minute, my priority is extremely wrong. I am here for me, and I am supposed to just practice. And the moment I began to let go of trying to prove something to other people, or trying to, I would say, impress people who cannot be impressed anyway, I let go of that competitive edge, and I let go of those expectations of perfection. And then I just began to show up on my mat. And I promise you, within a week, I nailed the asana, and my flow changed. Everything about the way I connect with my mat changed completely. And it changed because I began to see this as my own race, to see this as me working out on my issues instead of me trying to prove something to someone. So if you want the joy back, or if you want to protect your feminine energy, do your own thing. Find out what feels good for you. Find out what gives you a sense of joy, because if other people's opinions are a barometer of your accomplishments, it means that you're just going to you're going to be massively disappointed, because it's hard to impress people. And more importantly, whether you're in a relationship or not, it doesn't matter, because this feminine energy, it is yours. You just have to be feminine for yourself, so that this way, when people come again, that energy is going to attract more of the same energy. So the goal here is to simply follow the internal path that is always guided by the heart. Okay, lastly, victory is never accomplished without conflict. We are human beings, nobody's perfect. So therefore, there are going to be days when we just feel obviously on top of our games, and then there are days when we just feel rubbish and all those things, when life just gets in the way. But the thing to remember is that every day you just have to empower yourself. According to Corinthians 9, I think 9:26, it says, I do not box as one boxing the air. Back to my boxing teacher, isn't it? So that's it. Every single day we have a choice to decide what mentality we're going to have. Are we going to stand and fight? Are we going to confront that which is confronting us? And also, what is it that I'm going to be feeding today? Because we all have dark and light energy in all of us. So the thing to remember is, what side are you choosing to feed? Who is going to win? And what kind of energy are you going to bring? And also, when you adapt the winner's mentality, as we see, people, no wonder they love things like football, soccer, hockey, whatever sport, is that winning mentality, that idea of victory at the end of the day. And I think if we start adopting that, it's going to change everything around us, and it's going to help us protect the sacred feminine energy. And also, obviously, refusing to accept the ordinary, whatever that is. We all have different desires, so anything that is not going to be on your level or on your desires, you have a right to lovingly let it go, whether it's relationships or whether it's stopping living vicariously through other people's lives on social media, and just starting to find that joy in your life. So these are some of the choices we all can make every single day as our feet touch the ground. What kind of energy am I going to bring? And also, like I said, that nobody is exempted from life, no matter how attractive, no matter how fabulously wealthy. Look at what happened to the billionaire tycoon, crypto tycoon. He lost his fortune. So life is life. Life is going to happen to all of us. And look at divas like Mariah. They have not been exempted. Look at divas like Hailey Berry with the most gorgeous skin, gorgeous, highest cheekbones ever. Growing up, I was obsessed with Hailey Berry. But she did say in her interview that because of my ravishing good looks, life also happened to me. So whether you're feminine, whether you're a faith-filled person, life is going to happen. And the thing to remember is obviously about choices. What side am I going to feed today? Am I going to feed on the negative? Am I going to feed on the positive? And when you do this, that is the energy you're responsible for taking into the world. Because if we choose healthier options, if we fight the battle and actually choose healthier options, it means that our healthy unfoldment is going to help the healthy unfoldment of other people as well. But also, that being said, you need to protect your energy, your feminine energy. So that's all we have time for today. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure that you give it a boop boop. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care of one another, love one another, and be kind to one another if nothing else. I shall be seeing you in my next video. Bye.